Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of PLA with myself, Nick and Bruno. We've got two questions today, and Bruno dealing with the other, and then we'll jump on with another question with Nick. The first question, Bruno, comes from Red Fritz, who's a regular viewer of our YouTube channel, and this is a continuation where we can bring in the SK Enterprise judgment once again. So we'll be touching briefly on spoliation and disconnection of services, but perhaps maybe bring in once this actually occurs, once the disconnection is done by the municipality and versus where it's done by the owner directly, and then maybe bring in just to cover Red Fritz, a sale of distressed properties and the question that he's posed under the comments there, please.
Cool. So just for the sake of context, what's actually happening here is there's tenants in the property that haven't moved out and have been there for quite a bit of time. So it's one situation, one set of facts that are surrounded by an array of issues and problems and attempted solutions and that sort of thing. So the first question when it comes, and I mean, I suppose it actually follows the normal process when clients contact me is, how much is an eviction? As soon as you start speaking about the pricing and the length of time a court takes, immediately their mind goes into, okay, crap. Well, what can I do to actually make it go a lot faster, right? So this is where self-help happens. So self-help basically is do things yourself to try to get the person out. So it's removal of doors, whatever, tiles in the roof so that the property leaks, placing other people onto the property, leaving the gates open. There's a whole array of wonderful solutions people have come up with. The problem is that most of these solutions are unlawful and will probably get a court order granted against you if you try any of these things, right? We've spoken about this at length in the YouTube channel. So the next thing that people normally ask is, great, but what about disconnection of water and lights, given that they haven't paid for it? Now, remember, you as a landlord, there's a bunch of issues when it comes to residential properties and the disconnection of, especially water, because that's a basic human right. And now there's a recent court case that has basically said, listen, under most circumstances or under certain circumstances, but in these particular circumstances, it probably would be the case, the discontinuation or disconnection of electricity is an act of spoliation. Spoliation meaning you took the law into your own hands and you unlawfully did something and you removed possession without asking for the court's permission or following the letter of the law. By doing this, you've basically given this tenant an entitlement to get a court order to restore the position the way that it was until you followed the right process. It's just about following the right process. It's not about your rights as a landlord to have this person evicted. It's about following the right process in order to have this person evicted or whatever. So you disconnecting water and lights, act of spoliation under most circumstances. The Rental Housing Tribunal also has issues regarding it, so it's never a good idea under any circumstances. There's a lot of case law that has different decisions, but that's not something we need to worry about now. There's never really been one good scenario where it's worked out in favor of the landlord. So now the next question is municipality. Can the municipality disconnect? Yes, the municipality can. The municipality has a rule to say that if they're not paid, they send out disconnection notice, 14 days notice, and then, or 7 days, I think it's 14, they're allowed to disconnect. So honestly, as a landlord, if you're not being paid, specifically for the water and lights, if the contract makes provision for a certain payment to be made to water and lights and it's not being paid, don't pay the municipality. Municipality will disconnect. That is not an act of spoliation. So that's the spoliation side of things.